Oh, this sucks. I knew it was gonna suck, but oh, this sucks. After doing those stairs today at the get-go, I was planning to avoid them, but the other trail was under construction. I guess I knew that this was gonna be uphill, but it's just more stairs, just not real ones. So I don't think I'm gonna make it to Springer Mountain today, but I've still got 6 hours of daylight, 5 hours of daylight, so I should be able to make a good run at it. I never see YouTubers drenched in sweat. And maybe I should wipe my face off before I decide to turn on a video camera. But oh, this is a tent site I saw on the map. This is the first tent site. I mean, I'm not gonna stop here, but I don't know how to turn my camera around on this thing. I really want to stop there, but I'm not gonna. We'll see how far we can get. Anyways, this hiking stuff, it's tough. I'm gonna kick my nicotine habit out here, but that's probably equally tough. My goodness. I moved over to pills, which are probably increasing my blood pressure to dangerous levels doing this crap. Anyways, I'm up the falls. I didn't take any good videos there because there were a lot of people and it feels awkward. Did get a few photos. I'll probably one day put in some video of when we were here last year or the year before, whenever we were here. I stopped and got some water. I have a video of that I might have already spliced in, which means now my backpack is again 6 pounds heavier. Plus whatever I put in my stomach. So I'm gonna try to find the top of this ridge, and then I'm gonna try to see how far I've gone, and if it's over 2.5 miles or however piddly dink distance I've done, I'm gonna sit down and rest my quads. Really, I didn't figure those would be the problem, but sure enough, that's the problem. Anyways, I'm in the woods now. I'll check back in a while. I am so happy I gave myself permission to just rest and not have to get to the trailhead today, because oh my goodness, I've just plopped down and I really don't want to go. But there's nothing else to do but walk. So I'm resting right now, kicked back on my pack. It makes me a nice little back rest. And there's not a whole lot of people out here on the trail, so I don't get too many odd looks, but holy smokes. Bit off more than I could chew with this one. Oh, we'll see. It'll be fun. All right, I finally made it to a place where it levels out, I think. And it goes downhill. So, better. There's a campsite at the lowest point. I think it's a mile ahead. I will have difficulty not stopping at that one. Yeah, I came out here to figure some stuff out. Probably what gives me anxiety so badly. And if I don't know what gives me anxiety, I can't do much about it. And one of them clearly is giving yourself permission. Still have to figure that one out. Because I can't just stop whenever I say, okay, I'm ready. Because then that voice in your head says, well, you're just being lazy. You're not going to get nowhere if you keep stopping every time you're tired. So I set goals. I try to set reasonable goals and then get there. But it's almost like if I don't have a plan of when enough is enough, you just keep on pushing. Right? Maybe that's boundaries, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ponder on that for a little while. Try to keep my mind off the fact my shoulders hurt. So let's check back in. And if this stuff is edible, not sure. I'm probably gonna Google photo it or whatever that is, lens it. You can bet I'll be chowing down on some of that because it's everywhere. But my bet is it is not tasty if it is edible. And last note, I really need to figure out what poison ivy looks like because I clearly have no clue. And I might have sat in some, or it could have just been something with 3 leaves on it. I'm not even sure what a 3-leaf looks like. Some of them have stems. Kudzu looks like it has 3 lobes on it, but that's not its poison ivy. So maybe I'll get out Google Lens, figure out what this stuff is. Apparently that stuff is called mayapple, and it's highly toxic, except for if it has yellow fruits on it, and then even then you're supposed to eat it in small quantities. So I will not be eating that. But now I really want spinach. Anyways, I've only been out here half a day. I'm already craving spinach. Maybe a bear got me pregnant. Something. Anyways, it's cool. Just dripping sweat. Just dripping sweat. All right, so I'm not even like halfway to where I need to be today. My shoulder hurts. I got this bag given to me, which was a very kind gesture, but I'm pretty sure the straps, I looked at them, are for a small medium, and I'm an extra large. Anyway, so it's been cutting into my shoulder all day, and it's extremely heavy, so I'm going to see if I can't cinch up the waistband on it and do something about that to where it carries the load differently. Anyways, that's stuff that I probably should have learned about my gear. Got dirt on my hat. I sat on an 8. My legs been cramping bad. I'm a little bit worried because of the water sources. I see everybody else and they're like, a liter of water is fine. It's not fine when you sweat like I do. Gosh, I go through a lot of water. So there's a crossing uphill. That's the other deal, is that now I'm going back uphill. And they said there was a water source down the road, uphill, then downhill, then back uphill. We're gonna see what that hill looks like. Because my fear is that with the hikes tomorrow, I'm gonna need to get closer to a water source. So at this point in time, I'm thinking it might take me 3 frickin' days just to get to the trail. And I think normally that's like a 6-hour hike for people. So it's that sense of dread and uh-oh. It's like when you picked a fight and you didn't realize the guy was gonna fight back. So yeah, it's legitimately, I knew it was going to be hard, and I said that if I took videos of myself, it'd be me crying in my soup. Not to the crying point yet, but it's coming if it stays like this, because my goodness, it's a lot. So I'm going to go try to hike up this hill a little bit more, try to find some water. If I find some water, then I'm bedding down right there. If I don't find water, then I might try to make it to the top of the hill, which is probably a bad idea because I think it's supposed to rain. It looks like it. I don't know. I don't want to be on the top of a mountain in a storm, but if it stormed, that'd be nice because then I'd have water. I'd collect it off my tarp. Maybe I should hope for rain. Anyways, I'll do my thing. Well, I got my camp set up for now. I put porch mode on because I wanted to smell fire. Somebody else around is cooking. There's another guy with a hammock. That's why I set up here. Also, I was worried that I wouldn't have access to water because the map showed water was really far away, uphill. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to feel tomorrow because my feet hurt and my legs weren't working anymore. So I wanted to make sure that I stayed by water. And I found some down the road. There's a cool little spring that they had a pipe running off of. So I got some water there. And if I need to go back, it's not very far at all. So far, I think I said in my last segment, tougher than I thought. And I thought it was going to be tough. So, or maybe I'm weaker than I thought. Not really sure. Anyways, I only made it like 3.1 miles or something today. Ridiculously small. So if I keep up at this pace, I'll make it to the trail by day 3. And then I'll make it to Katahdin by 2029. Something like that. It might be longer than that. No, it'd be 2029. It's something like that. So I'm going to have to pick up the pace. But going from flying a desk for 10 years, not training at all, not knowing what I need to come out here with, I anticipated that it'd throw me some curveballs, and it started out on day 1 with some. I really should have taken the offer from the shuttle driver to drive me up the hill. I would have been interested to see how far I would have come, and if I hadn't taken those stairs. Also, I ran across some guys earlier that were doing those stairs, and they were older, and well, I say older, like 10 years older than me, and they were having to stop, and they were huffing and puffing, and I said, I don't think I'm making it to Springer today. And they said, oh yeah, I can. We can just walk until it gets dark. And I wonder if they made it to Springer. I'll never know because I'm never going to catch up to them. But I hope they did. Kind of. I kind of hope that they just made camp and weren't miserable because they talked about walking into the dark if they had to in order to get to their stopping spot. And I said, I'll stop when I'm tired. 3.1 miles in. So I had a little bit of a, oh no, not a panic attack. This is one of those things where you just feel like doom, right? Like somebody died. And after I ate, I was fine. So maybe I was just anxious or something like that. Anyways, so I'm feeling better now. And I think the other deal was I didn't know where the water was going to be. If I would have just gone another like 1/10 of a mile, it was right there. So I was okay. Actually, that's a lie. They piped it down the hill, and it was actually running behind the spot that I ate at. I just couldn't hear it. So there was water closer than I thought. Anyways, we'll see what tomorrow holds. I may not even tear down camp tomorrow. if my shoulder still feels bad and if my legs still hurt, I've got all the supplies that I'm gonna need. And I've said it before, if I don't want to move, I'll just say I don't want to. And I'll sit here and run down and get some more water, and I'll try to get on another day. Um, if there's rain, I'm probably gonna have to move because this is a pretty exposed area on a mountainside. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Um, but anyways, we'll see how I sleep tonight. I might take some Benadryl, conk out double hard. Yeah. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great day, great night, whatever time y'all are watching it. And we'll catch y'all maybe tomorrow. Maybe it'll just be me sitting around doing bushcraft stuff. I don't know. All right, bye.